now listening to the Life of Produk Podcast.
Yeah, what up, man? It's the boy Product. You're now locked into the Life of Product Podcast. This is episode 56, man. Before I start the show, I hate starting shows like this, but I got to give another rest in peace. Big rest in peace to my cousin Phyllis. Phyllis was from the Bronx. She passed away recently. Today's actually her funeral, man, and I hate that I couldn't not be back home to be there for the funeral, and I also miss my cousin's funeral, man. Big rest in peace to Phyllis. Bethany, we love you. We are all here for you. You know, strength is needed during times like this, and this is the 2-year and well, tomorrow's the 2-year anniversary. I lost my mom's. The shit is not easy. It's not easy at all. It's very tough, man. And during these times, I feel like we need to all be there for each other in the highest level of positivity because we all need that. But let me shift gears real quick. This is episode 56. Episode 56 is titled "How Can We Fix This?" Do y'all ever like really stop and think about the situations that you're in or were in and how they could have went differently? A lot of us don't do that. I look, man, a lot of us, we don't stop and question things before we quit a situation or we say, you know what, I'm going to walk away. A lot of us never say, this is going this way, let me go this way to make it go forward. A lot of us don't do that. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I've been guilty of this before. Like, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. So I'm somewhat guilty of it. I've walked away from relationships. I can honestly say I tried to fix it before I walked away from it. One thing about me, though, I'm going to keep it real with y'all on every level. One thing about me, I don't like wasting my time. I don't like wasting my time at a job. I don't like wasting my time in a fucking relationship. I don't like wasting my time in a friendship. I don't waste my time because time is valuable. Like, dog, I could go blow $1,000 right now. I will make that $1,000 back like that. That's not the problem. The problem is my time. You know what I'm saying? So you ever found yourself like, and look, man, and I'm speaking from experience of a past relationship. I was in a past relationship before where I felt like I was wasting my fucking time. And a few years was put into it, but you have to look at it from my perspective. At the end of the day, see, the thing is this, right? When you sit a person like me, if I sat with that person and I came to this person, I said, look, this is what's bothering me. I'm not happy about this. Can you please do something to fix it? If the person you're with, whether you're married, in a relationship, talking to somebody, dating somebody, comes to you multiple times and they tell you, I'm not happy about XYZ, then it is your obligation to fix that shit, especially if it's fixable. Now, some things are not fixable. Some things might not be in your power at that time. As an adult, as a realist, as a real dude, I get that. But if it's fixable on your end, if you want that relationship, that marriage, anything to prosper, and you want it to stay on deck, it is your obligation to do that for that person. You know what I'm saying? So in my situation, when I came to that person years ago, many times, and I said, I'm not happy about XYZ. Can you please stop that? And that person was only giving me excuses or trying to combat what I was saying with their bullshit. I walked the fuck away. And I highly encourage all of y'all to do that. So you have to understand if a person comes to you and you say to that person or that person says to you, what you're doing is hurting me. See, and that's another thing we don't realize. A lot of the things that we do hurt people. And that person might be quiet about it. They might be quiet every day of that relationship for months, for years. But if what you're doing is hurting that person and that person vocally expresses to you what you're doing is hurting me, you should love that person enough to stop hurting that person. Stop hurting that person. And if you don't stop hurting that person wants to fuck away, that is your fault. That is your fault. And it's real talk, man. I've seen this happen in relationships. I've been in a relationship where I had to walk away. I've seen this happen to men. I've seen this happen to women. I've seen women in relationships with men, and these men never wanted to do shit. They just wanted to sit at home, play video games, have sex all day, make babies. They didn't want to go nowhere. They didn't want to spice up the relationship. And that woman met another dude, left his ass. Seen situations where women only wanted to argue with this man. They didn't want to go out do anything. They started putting weight on. They didn't want to work out. And that's hit. Oh man, I know I'm about to touch some nerves and shit. Y'all ain't really sliding my email or DM with y'all fuckery lately, and I'm appreciating that, but I'm pretty sure y'all gonna come at me with this shit, right? Unspoken issue in relationships, right? As we get older, our metabolism slows down, right? How can we fix this, right? Start eating healthier. How can we fix this? Start working out more. How can we fix this? Stop smoking and drinking as much. A lot of y'all don't want to do that. So A woman's body is different from a man. When this is a fact. Don't get mad at me about this. When a woman sweats fatty acids. This is a well-known fact. You can Google this shit. So a woman's body, it develops differently every so many years as the women get older. It is easier for a man 40, 50 years old to lose weight than it is for a woman, especially after she's had children. It's a lot easier. Then, depending on life responsibilities, what job that person has, she's with the kids, things like that. I've seen situations where a woman has put weight on and let herself go, or the man has put weight on, let themselves go. The other person's working out, they taking care of themselves. It feels weird to come home to that. It might feel weird to come home to that. Now, I'm a firm believer you should still love that person regardless. If you are in a space where you are on a health kick and that person's not on a health kick, you should still love that person. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, that person, you shouldn't have to tell that person shit looking crazy right now. You shouldn't have to tell that person. That person knows what the fuck is going on. They know what's good, but not everybody is there at that point. But this is an unspoken issue in relationships where one person starts letting themselves go. I've been in relationships where I started letting myself go. I started letting myself go in a relationship years ago. I looked in the mirror one day and I said, nah, this ain't hitting. I went and got a gym membership the next day. I was like, nah, this ain't the wave. I did not like what I saw. You know what I'm saying? But I was realistic about it. Yeah, the relationship didn't work out. I'm 100% fucking happy it did. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but life was great after that. But listen, man, these are the things we don't ask ourselves. How can we fix this? If you're in a relationship and you party with your friends every fucking weekend and you're not giving that person time of day, you're not spending time with that person, the sex is stopping, that person is going to start thinking shit like, what is this person really doing? How can we fix this? Now, if that person don't want to fix it, don't be surprised when that person comes to you with that talk like, I'm not happy. How can we fix this? There's a lot of things when it comes to relationships that need to be fixed. But and on the other side, on the flip side, right? The person that wants to fix it needs to come up with a plan. See, here's the thing, and I've fucked up and done this before, right? Having a talk without thinking before you have a talk it's damaging to the relationship, because if you don't really map out what you want to say to that person, you have to map out what you want to say to that person in a respectable and realistic manner. So if you're not doing that shit, it's gonna hurt it, because then you're gonna just start blurting out ideas. You might know what you want to say, but you might not know how you want to say it. And that's a problem. So to the person on the other end, now they're gonna become defensive. The receiver's gonna become defensive and they're gonna look at you like, damn, so you just gonna come at me left for all this shit? Damn, you might come at them at the wrong time of day. Worst thing to do in a relationship is hit that person up first thing in the fucking morning with your fuckery or what you're not happy about. The second worst thing to do is hit that person up while they're at work with that shit. I had an ex that used to do that shit. I'd be at work and all day the fucking text messages would be coming in with the fuckery when really she was on medication for mental issues. No, it's real talk, real fucking talk. No disrespect to nobody with mental issues. Y'all all need love too. No disrespect. I am an advocate for mental health. Advocate for mental health. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that shit, you don't want to hit that person up first thing in the morning or while they're at work trying to focus with everything you are unhappy about. What if that person works around machinery? What if they work with the public? What if they get hurt while at work because now they can't be attentive to what they need to attend to, and their mind is in the clouds about the shit you've been seeing, and they hurt themselves at work. They slip, they fall, they might operate machinery, some shit might happen. So you as the person that is unhappy, that wants to fix everything, you need to really establish a plan or a blueprint of how you are going to come at that person when you are ready to really talk about it. Like me, I would advise you to sit down and really write it out. Write your pros and cons out of the relationship. Then sit and list some key factors that you are not happy about, but also take the time to list some key factors that you are happy about. Let that person know in advance you want to talk to them. That talk is going to take some time, and you need them also to set aside some time. Turn your phones off, put your phones on silent. Don't do it over the phone. Sit in person. Do not do it via text message. Text messages get misconstrued like crazy, especially when you're trying to really convey what you want to say. You can say what you want to say, but you can't always say how you feel. So sometimes a person needs to see you face to face, look you in the eyes. They need to hear the tone of your voice to really know where you're coming from when it comes to certain things, because they're gonna misconstrue it and that's gonna mess everything up. I'm speaking from experience. Some of these talks need to happen face to face. Fuck a text message, fuck a phone call if you can avoid it. Call that person. G, it's the boy Product Life of Product Podcast, episode 56. We will be right back with the second half of the show. Shouts out to Anchor. We got to pay these bills. Rock with your boy, G. Gia, what up, man? It's the boy Product. We're now back with the Life of Product Podcast, episode 56, man. Episode 56 is titled, How Can We Fix This? There's a lot of things, a lot of issues, man, that need to be fixed. Russia, Ukraine, that shit needs to get fixed fast, dog. Putin is wilding right now. Man. I didn't do the research of why he actually invaded Ukraine. Like, I kind of read over some of it. I don't know the full story. But, dog, the only people, nobody's winning. Nobody's winning from that shit. The people are suffering. I watched the video from a cell phone, and it was a family, and they were looking out their window, and a jet is flying over the house. Bang, bang, shoots a missile right into the fucking living room. They dropped a bomb on a playground. A 14-year-old, I think not 14, a 4-year-old girl was killed. She was riding a bike. I didn't watch the video of when they dropped it. I heard there's a video of when they dropped it, but I saw a clip of the person showing, and it showed her legs and there was blood. I clicked off it. I was like, I don't want to see this. I'm a parent. That's some shit I don't want to look at. Don't want to look at that. So yeah, it needs to get fixed fast. I don't know what it's gonna take for that. It needs to get fixed ASAP, because that is scary. I can't imagine that. But a lot of situations, man, not even just relationships, shit. There's things we have to stand and say, how can we fix this? You ever looked at your life and said, I'm not happy where I'm at? I'm not happy where I'm at. You might have to just take the concept of throwing rocks until you hit a target. You might have to. You might have to go back to school. You might have to switch jobs. You might have to work 2 jobs. You might have to work whatever job you can work and penny pinch, penny pinch, and just stop going out for a couple weeks. If you're going out every week and you spending money on drinks, you spending money on gas is through the roof right now. You understand what I'm saying? You might have to stay home, sit down for a minute. You might have to, fixing your life might mean slowing down right now. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people are so engulfed in getting lit every week, and they're so engulfed in their peers. A lot of people don't know how to just say no. And it takes a toll on y'all. I know people like that, and I love y'all, and I just wish that y'all put yourselves first, and the people that really love y'all over the people that quote unquote just need y'all. You know what I'm saying? People are vampires. They're fucking energy suckers. People will vampire all your energy out of you until you have nothing left. And then when you finally come to your senses, they looking like, oh, that person don't come around no more. They ain't cool no more. Fuck you mean we ain't cool? We in our fucking 30s. Don't shut up. Shut the hell up. Life of Product Podcast is raw and uncut, baby. But yeah, how can we fix this? A lot of men need to really understand the concept and ask themselves, how can we fix this when it comes to dealing with other men? There's a lot of, especially the younger dudes right now, a lot of y'all killing each other, y'all shooting each other, y'all fighting. There's so much beef right now amongst men. A lot of shit can be talked out. Now, some of it can't be talked out because a lot of y'all do bullshit. When you see this, here's the thing, right? A lot of people, they want to do their bullshit and get away with it. Then when that other person is ready to put hands on them, or that person is ready to take it to another level, you want to cry about it and be like, nah, this is uncalled for. What you did was uncalled for. A lot of y'all, before y'all do bullshit to people, y'all need to realistically ask yourselves, am I ready to catch an ass whooping, or worse, because of what I'm about to do or what I have done or want to do to that person? A lot of y'all don't ask that. Y'all need to stop playing victim when shit gets real. When shit gets real, stop playing the victim role, grown man. You are a grown man. Stop that shit. And I can't condone that. But a lot of things can be talked out. I had a situation recently. It started with my oldest son. As y'all know, we moved or whatever. My oldest son, he doesn't really have that many friends in the new school that he's at. And some stupid ass kid thought because he was tall on the football team, he could try my son. Nah. He got taught a fucking life lesson that day. So apparently the kid was some situation where the kid had broke up with his girlfriend. My son was sitting at a lunch table with some kids from his class. The girl and her friends came and sat next to them. My son never even knew the girl. First time talking to him. Kid got mad about that. So the kid was with his friends. His friends encouraged him to do some dumb shit. I guess there was a TikTok challenge at the time where you walk up and pull a person's mask off. Kid walk up to my son, grab my son, pull his mask off. My son pushes the kid. So kids start talking shit. My son's phone falls. It was an iPhone. iPhone falls. The kid fucking kicks my son's iPhone. The fucking phone cracks. My son was ready to rock out. My son took his bag. The kid's a little taller than my son. My son took his book bag, which had a laptop, rocked the fuck out of him in the face and tried to beat the kid with the fucking laptop. Fucking disciplinarian runs over there and breaks it up. Now, what this kid doesn't understand is my son boxes and my son used to be on the wrestling team. This kid was on the football team. His fucking career probably would have got ended that day. You can't fuck with people because you're mad about some stupid shit and you trying to TikTok challenge. You think because this person is smaller than you or shorter than you just gonna son him. It don't work like that. Now the kid got bruised up. The kid got suspended from school and potentially dropped from the football team. The principal called me and told me that they were pressing charges on the kid. Yeah, so your stupid ass got hit with all of this back to back because you was in your feelings and tried a dumbass TikTok challenge. Now, the crazy shit about it, when this principal called me and I let in a very stern, calm way, I let the principal know what this kid did was it could be categorized as an act of hate in 2022. It could be categorized as a fucking hate crime because you have maskers and anti-maskers. You have crowds of people who have fought over masking and anti-masking, vaccinations, anti-vaccinations. God forbid my son would have caught COVID because this kid pulled his mask off. We would have had even bigger problems. So the first thing I said is the fucking father needs to call me. And the principal was very, very nice. I can honestly say that. And she was proactive and said she already spoke to the father. Me and his father spoke. Like I said, this episode is called How Can We Fix This? So she gives me the father's phone number. I call the father the next day. And as grown men, I believe we're around the same age. As grown men, we spoke, and the father was very nice. The father was very polite. The first thing the father did was apologize and let me know his son wasn't raised like that, which I believe it, because a lot of y'all young kids do stupid shit. Us as parents will put all the effort in the world to make y'all walk a straight line, but we can't control what y'all do outside of the home because y'all do stupid shit sometimes. I was a teenager. There was a couple of times I did stupid shit. I'm not going to lie to you. So I get it. And I told her father, I said, look, man, we could put all the work in we want with our kids, but we can't fully determine. We can't walk with them every day outside the home. We can't hold their hands every day of their lives outside of the home. But the father was very cool. And you know what the father did? He refunded me my money for the phone. So, like I said, the point I'm trying to make is how can we fix this? Whenever there's a situation, take the situation with the kids. Now, the situation with the kids, you guys are under 18. The parents are automatically involved now. We have to be involved by law and on a humane level. And us being parents, yes, we have to be involved. I will be involved when my kids is over 18 because I'm that type of parent. So, but we worked it out as grown men. It didn't have to go to no street level. It didn't have to come to us yelling and arguing. It didn't have to come to us bumping heads. We spoke and we were respectful to each other. And this is what the point I'm trying to make is this is where it needs to be. It needs to be like this. It needs to be like this because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all kids will put parents in certain types of positions and things like that. My son had a situation, a kid tried to do some bullshit with him a few years ago right before we left Jersey, and we went from Brooklyn to Jersey, from Jersey to North Carolina. Right before we left Jersey, kid tried to do some bullshit with him. I didn't have no inclination of what was going on. So when I had asked my son about something else, that came up. My son was plotting with his friends to go see this kid that fucking week and go whoop the kid ass. And I'm actually glad that I found out about that situation before it happened because my son might have hurt this kid. Then I would have gotten legal trouble as a parent. He would have gotten legal trouble, even though he was under 18. So I went to the house and I spoke to the mother and the father. And I politely, yet in a real Brooklyn ass fucking way, let the father and the mother know face to face this shit could go either two ways. And one of those ways is not me contacting the cops. It's not. It fucking wasn't. And they did what they had to do in a respectful manner and compensated me and shit like that. Because at the end of the fucking day, we don't call 911 on this side. We don't do that. We only call an ambulance if we need to call 911. We are not calling the cops for no other shit. And I hate to have that attitude, but it's just the way I was raised and the way I see certain things, because a lot of things could be worked out. You know what I'm saying? So by me letting them know face to face this shit could go two ways, they knew I wasn't playing. And I'm not trying to say that to toot my own horn, but sometimes you got to let your nuts hang and you got to do what you got to do. But everything is fixable. Well, most things are fixable. Let me not say I wish everything was fixable. Most things are fixable. You know what I'm saying? But you have to really think out how you're going to fix it and how you're going to approach that situation before you go to do what you got to do. It's the boy Product Life of Product Podcast, man. I really hope this episode really dropped some insight and some knowledge on you guys. I really hope it helped y'all. You know, I am the inspiration dealer. I'm actually going to do an inspiration for my 60th episode. I'm going to do the inspiration dealer part 2. So if you guys got any suggestions, if you guys got any subjects you want me to touch, email me. Hit my DM on Instagram at Life of Product, PRODUK. Hit me lifeofproduct@gmail.com or corporate.ent, corporate with the K.ent @gmail.com. I will touch the subjects. If you guys want to sponsor the show, advertise. If you guys want to interview, I'm actually doing special rates next month for upcoming artists where we will advertise your album, everything like that. Your mixtape, you got a new single, talk to your boy. I fucks with it heavy. I'm out, baby. Jia.
You are now listening to the Life of Product Podcast.